gonna do for the old handbrake. Built this kind of box here. Fits right down in there. I'm gonna mount that down on the floor right there. It'll be right alongside the system. I finally got the transmission tunnel. Cut the piece out of the 97, put it in the 56. Made this bracket for the handbrake. Just gotta hook the cable onto it down there. Drill a hole through. Locks in place to pull the lever. I think that's gonna work. Yeah, dash is coming along pretty good. I'm gonna mount this computer up in under the dash here. Make a bracket for that. Get onto that next, and make up a bracket to mount this throttle pedal. Up in here somewhere like that. Made up a bracket here for the fuel pedal accelerator. Just gotta get that mounted now. Up in there. Okay, so I got the power command module, or whatever you want to call it, the computer mounted on here. It's gonna go up in there like that. Screw that in there. Now the wires come from outside under the hood in this harness, and this piece, this comes in through the firewall. This plugs into the computer. I got to cut a hole for that to come through. This template is that hole size there, so I get that drawn out. Gonna bring them in right there, loop them down, plug them into the computer. Hopefully that'll work. That's nice. Like that, and these will plug into the computer. I can fire up the big old diesel. That's all that's together. Rest of this engine harness got to go around the engine. It's in through right there. The other part of the harness plugs into here. Crosses over the engine. Add a little bit of black paint so you can turn it gray. It says you can cut it with 10%, but colorant, we'll just use this as colorant. We'll start with 100 mils and see how that takes us. Make an angle brush here. Had to heat it up and bend it over. I need a little longer handle, so add a little more handle to our brush. Get down inside of here first. So I've been running some new lines on here, brake lines, fuel lines, fixed up the wiring harness, been a lot of soldering and patching up on that, mounted the pump, made some brackets for the lines, all the way back here to where the gas tank is going to be. This is the way they engineered this when they put the ramp on. They just jammed it down on top of the fuel tank, which is not very nice. Friggin' dented the fuel tank down in. Pinched the friggin' lines off. But it's been that way since 1997. We're going to do it a little different. I'm going to swing the tank around backwards. It puts a pickup about here. Plus the filler neck is way underneath the ramp. You had to roll the ramp back to fill the fuel up. And that's going to end up here, right behind the cab. So I can run it up here and hook it to the bar and put it on the back. Headache rack. We'll figure something out. These lines are going to hook right up to my lines I already run. New tanks there. Pretty much ready to go. So we'll try that. Just going to make a couple of new brackets. Put the new tank in backwards. I got a new pickup. And the plug will still work. Alright, tank's all in. And backwards. Filler neck is up here now. But these aren't collapsed underneath there. Lines are all hooked up. I think it's gonna work. I had to make some new straps. That was the biggest. I had to make a bracket here to lower this end down a little bit to match that end. As far as the outside goes, it's still up there nice and out of the way. It'll be alright. Better than jammed in there. Time, I think, to get the cab on. I think everything under here is good to go now. Got the steering column in, messing with the wires here, trying to run them. I think I found a spot to mount the fuse block. Next will be the master cylinder and hydro boost. Clutch is all in. In here, dash is in, steering column, all the pedals are in. We can get some temporary power hooked up so we can see how the dash lights work. Not bad. I put red LEDs in the dash. Anyway, it's coming. It's getting there. Get all the wiring done. Just dashes all together. Just waiting for a new clip for the brake pedal. And a new emergency brake cable so I can hook this up. Now I started mocking up the front end here. It's not going to be easy either. It's going to be tight. Everything's going to fit very snug. As you can see here, I put the radiator on the outside of the support, between the grill and the old rad support. And it's going to be snug up in there. Be real snug. It's got to get down low because it's going to hit on the frame rails. So the only height I have is right to here. We rad's gonna be 3 inches out right here, so it drops down some. Anyway, it's gonna be close. Do a few mods here, kind of do some cutting on the back of this support so we can get at the hoses. Get some clamps on. Build a bracket to hold the bottom of the rad. Get some rubbers in there. Yeah, hacking this rad support all the pieces. Trying to fit the new radiator into it, or the new style radiator, I guess. It's coming. Cut this off here. Gonna drill that, bolt that on. I think a piece of square tubing down here to the frame. And the new radiator should fit right in there. Cut this out. Anyways, keep working on it. It's getting a lot lighter. All this scrap. Pile of steel off of it. Brake cable come in, so I get that installed. Seems to work pretty fine. Yes, sir. Let's see what's going on under here. Amazon just dropped me off this little plasma cutter that I ordered, and it seems to work pretty good. And it comes all ready to go, which is pretty awesome. Had the regulator, I even had the hookup for the nipple for my airline. Just plug it in. Like, that's wicked. Only thing I had to do was put a welder plug on the end of it because it came with this 30 amp plug, but I just plug it into where my welding machine plugs into. So anyways, seems to cut all right. Seems to work okay for 200 bucks. Just like that. Just like that on 26 amps. Wicked. I'm happy. Let's get fabbing.